The Pokemon World Championships is only a couple of days away, and if you're going and have not picked a deck, whether it's for the actual Worlds or the Open or whatever, I have a suggestion for you. Hey everybody, Nick from 9CardTCG, and today we're going to be talking about a deck that I personally think is a little underrated, and a lot of people, I think it's pretty split. Some people think that this deck is super overrated, it is not a good deck at all, and you have individuals like me who tend to think that it might be a little underrated, and one of the reasons I do think it's a little underrated is because A, the deck has no real weakness except for itself, and B, it has a pretty good matchup spread. We're of course talking about Arceus Duraludon. I should probably say that before we go any further. And I want to take a look at this tweet really quickly from Trainer Hill that posted some really top or popular decks and their matchup spreads. One thing to note is that it does not have a really bad or hard loss to anything. Its worst matchup is Arceus and Talion at about 46%. And that's really good if that's your worst matchup. And even then, 46-47% is not bad. That's pretty neutral. Mew was like a 47 or 48% win rate, so also really neutral. Now, you're not really beating anything super hard that's not Regis or Lunatone. You're going to look at those like 70-80% win rates, but that's for Regis and Lunatone, and I seriously doubt anyone's going to be bringing that to really any competition at Worlds unless you're playing like a single prize format or something like that. But it does beat Arceus Flying Pikachu, it does beat Blissey Miltank, and it does have a favorable matchup to Palkia simply because you bench so few Pokemon and you can hit really hard with Duraludon. Now, do I think Duraludon is the best pick in the game for Worlds? No. Well, I think its biggest weakness is itself. It can be pretty inconsistent, and sometimes you're just stuck dead wrong. But it doesn't have any real weakness. Dragon types don't have a weakness in the current TCG format. So really, that Arceus is going to get knocked out, and that's basically the only thing that has any type of weakness. But before we get into the video any further, if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit the like button, leave a comment. I was going to say leave, I don't even know what I'm saying. Well, just subscribe, like, comment, all kind of stuff. Tells YouTube this is a good channel. Other people should watch it. Now, let's head over to PTCGO where we can take a look at this deck list a little bit further. Our main goal is, of course, to use Arceus V Trinity Nova so that we can deal some damage to the active and then power up a benched Pokemon. We do have Arceus V, and Arceus V can be really useful in this matchup with Trinity Charge to do something very similar. We, of course, really want to just power up a Duraludon VMAX. 330 health means it's pretty hard to knock this thing out. We do have a couple of big charms to boost it up to 360, and you're really just not going to one-shot this thing without having a weakness. Skyscraper prevents all damage done to this Pokemon by any Pokemon that has a special energy attached to it. So if your opponent's playing Arceus and Talion and they have a double turbo energy attached, they can't deal damage to your Duraludon. Yes, they can path it a peak to turn off your ability, but it's an extra thing they have to get. There's not a ton of special energy in the format outside of Mew and double turbo energy. Maybe some decks will randomly have capture energy, but honestly, that's pretty much it. You do almost completely hard wall something like Regis and Blisseys. They might run path, but if you can bounce that path, that's pretty much all they can do. And G-Max Pulverization for a fighting and double colorless, 220 damage, ignore all effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So you can hit right through a Miltank's ability, you can hit right through like Decidueye, you can hit through really anything in the game, it does not matter. And those are our only Pokemon, so we really want to get a Duraludon into play as soon as possible, but we don't want to go with the V if we don't have to. We really want to use Single Strike Mustard here to go straight into a VMAX so our opponent can't boss KO our V like things like Palkia wants to, like things like Arceus and Talion might want to try to do, or at least put some damage so that they can very easily two-shot a VMAX. So we go straight into the VMAX with something like Single Strike Mustard. It's important to know that you can only play Mustard if it's the last card in your hand, and then you can search your deck for any Single Strike card you want and put it directly onto your bench. If you do this, if you search your deck, remember you have to search, not find. You have to search your deck and then you get to draw 5 cards. You do have to have an open bench space to play this, but very easy with something like Arceus Duraludon to have open bench spaces. You really only have one, maybe two bench Pokemon at a time. And the rest of the deck is just kind of equipped to making this play happen. We have a bunch of Quick Balls and Pokégears, Switches, Ultra Balls. We have a couple of Collapsed Stadiums that's going to help deal with Mew and Palkia, Dialga, things like that. Things that want to have wide benches. We don't need a wide bench, so we don't really care. And then we have Crystal Cave, something that we can heal 30 damage from our active if it's a Metal or Dragon type, so we can heal our Duraludon. Some Boss's Orders, maybe we need to stall for a turn, maybe we just want to smack something pretty hard. Some Marnies, so we can help and research, of course, so we can find some pieces we need. We do have a Choice Belt, so we can hit a little bit harder. It's not particularly useful. Maybe on the Arceus, we want to hit for 210 with Trinity Nova if you have a DTE attached. That's something that we can do. 4 double turbo energy, 3 fighting, and 7 metal energies. Really not a lot to say about this deck. It's very straightforward. It's very linear, which is why some people don't like it. I happen to, so let's get into some gameplay and see how it does. Going into game number 1, I'll be honest, I don't know if this is the most up-to-date version of Arceus Duraludon, but it's the version we're going to be playing. We lose the coin flip, so we're probably going to go second. Not the end of the world. We can make a first-turn Mustard play happen, potentially. We won't be able to make Mustard happen, but we do have kind of everything we need. Our opponent's likely not going to be able to attack the second turn. Kind of depends on what they're playing. We don't really know just yet. The Sabo and Marnie doesn't tell us a ton. It could be Arceus and Teleon. It could be Palkia, Ice Rider. This could now be Arceus, Ice Rider, Palkia. It could be straight Ice Rider. Don't really know. But getting rid of a few things here. A Nessa. Surprising to have Nessa in a deck like this. It's not something I think you see very often. They're going to get a Crobat. Okay. Crobat's a very good target for us. Crobat's a great target. 2 very easy prizes. There's the water energy. So now we have to ask ourselves, do we want to bench an Arceus? Do we want to bench a Duraludon V? They can hit 280 really easy. So 280 is, Ice Rider is honestly a tough matchup, and it's one we don't really want to hit. So I think what I'm going to do is get rid of this boss. We're going to end up researching this hand away. I want to get a second Arceus. Just, well, maybe I'm gonna play a little bit risky. I'm gonna go ahead and get a. I'm gonna play a little risky. We're gonna get a Duraludon V, because if I can hit a double turbo energy off of this research, I'll be very happy. We'll put the Crystal Cave just in case they don't have a stadium. We have one. No, of course we don't hit it. We're just gonna have to bench. We have to kind of what we have to go with here, and we'll see what they do. We can probably make a Mustard play happen next turn. We can burn the Pal Pad, get like an Ultra Ball for get rid of the Marnie and research, and depending on what our top deck is, be able to play Mustard. So they likely will try to boss. I mean, they might want to boss this Arceus. Training Court's not terrible. Help us get back some fighting energies in case they do get discarded. We only have 3. But man, Ice Rider is a tough deck. They do not really use special energy, so Skyscraper doesn't really matter here. They need another water energy on this thing. They have to have it, right? Scoop Up Net. Yeah. They'll probably go look for the bucket now with the second Drizzile. But if they go, will they be able to boss though? So that we might be okay. We might be okay. There's the bucket that I expected. Do they have another out to a Drizzile or a boss in hand? That's kind of what we have to hope that they don't have. And they just go for the Max Lance and KO. Then they'll be stuck with, oh, they go to research. Okay. So that's not bad. Research isn't bad, because now they're going to be forced into a Melanie loop. They have the Choice Belt. So there's the 280 that they can hit, which is not fun. But they're going to have to discard those energies, and they might not. They might not. They might just, like... Okay, they are going to go Max Lance. I wasn't sure if they'd, like, ride at a High King. But now they can't boss. It doesn't really matter too much. But they don't have another Ice Rider set up. They can probably get one pretty easily. So we're definitely going to Marnie them for sure. We might as well Marnie first. Because we don't know what we're going to get off of it. So there's a chance that we get like a DTE off the Marnie. We do. We do. So now I really don't need a Starbirth. I mean, I probably should. I have the Marnie. Maybe I should try to like set up something for next turn. Because this is going to get KO'd. And then I wouldn't have a Starbirth. So I kind of want to try to get a Mustard play going. So we get a Mustard. And maybe like an Ultra Ball for next turn. I think that's what we do. And then we just power up our Duraludon VMAX. Because we can definitely make a Mustard play happen next turn. So we just hit with the Trinity Nova. And we go like this. It's going to be so tough. We're not really going to be able to set up another Duraludon VMAX, but we can force them to hit through two of them. So this is one of the challenges. This Ice Rider one-shotting us is brutal. Absolutely brutal. There's the Evolution Incense, so they're definitely going to be able to get a Shady Dealing Inteleon, so they're going to be able to find a Melanie and a Bucket. So that's... I mean, they have the Training Court, so they can get one of the Water Energies back, and then all they need is a Melanie. And they are one-shotting this. I do think a Tool Scrapper would be kind of useful in a deck like Duraludon, just for situations like this. Maybe if they didn't knock out our Arceus V-Star, we would be in a decent situation. Because if we can use it to set up two Duraludons, I mean, they only have to go through one after this KO, actually, so we might be okay. They get a Quick Shooting. I don't know how much the Quick Shooting is going to make a huge difference. They're going to have to attack twice anyway. I don't know. They might be okay. Yeah, this is tough. This is real bad. Ice Rider is such a very difficult matchup for us. The most I can do is try to Marnie again. I don't want to give them the Arceus, so I just kind of want to keep disrupting them as much as I can. We get a Big Charm. We can Collapse Stadium. They'll probably just get rid of the Crobat, though. But at least it forces them to not have the Training Court next turn. So I'm okay if they get rid of the Crobat. And we'll take 3 prizes. So let's see if we can get something decent off of this. Mustard and a Pokégear. Pokégear is really nice because maybe if they whiff, maybe we can get an attack off. If they're not able to make something happen, if we Marnie them into a dead hand. So then they go Quick Shooting. Because if we can boss KO this, we are in such a good spot. That would be the dream. Be able to boss KO that Ice Rider before it evolves. They get the Training Court, so they're likely going to be able to make this happen. There's an Ultra Ball, so Shady Dealings Inteleon is inbound. And they'll be able to get... Oh, they go Radiant Greninja. Why not Shady Dealings? Is it prized? Interesting. I feel like that's kind of a gamble. They can get a Melanie and Evolution Incense, Training Court, boom. But then they need a switch out. So they still need that switch. They can Raihan. What did they get off of it? Shady Dealing Italian, Scoop Up Net. Scoop Up Net Capacious Bucket. No, they... Oh, God, yes. And we... Oh my God, what a top deck. What a top deck. I don't want to use... I do want to kind of thin out the deck a little bit, though. I want to try to thin out the deck a little. And maybe... Because we have two more boss. We have one more boss. There's a chance we get it off the prize, but we don't need this Duraludon anymore. So we'll just go ahead and get it out. And let's go ahead and G-Max Pulverization. Take two more prizes. Do we find another boss? Can we pull this out? We don't get another boss. That's okay. Oh, wait. Two bosses in the discard. Okay. So we have to Pal Pad for another boss. But no matter what they give us, it doesn't matter. They can't evolve an Ice Rider here, so they're done. It doesn't matter. I have a single prize left. They're not going to be able to do 270 damage this turn. So, I don't know what they would even find or do that would really make a difference. Because if they give me an Ice Rider V, it gets knocked out. They leave a Sobble or anything else in the active, it gets KO'd. So, I don't think there's a way for them to come back from this. Them missing off of that was huge. They can Tool Scrapper. I still do 220. I don't... Seems like the Tool Scrapper seems like such a waste of a thing to get. Because I still one-shot their Ice Rider. So that doesn't make much of a difference, I don't think. So they get the Ice Rider. They can't Glacial Lance this turn, though. They can Pierce for 40. Unless they have a Big Charm. They have to have a Big Charm, otherwise I still hit for 220. We got a Pokégear. Come on. Come on. And they Roxanne, so they're not going to be able to Melanie. Yeah, that's game. I still hit 220. Done. Done. Game over. Did they think that the Choice Belt was needed? I don't know. But either way, nailed it. Let's do one more game, see if we can continue to do well with this deck. I mean, taking out a matchup that is unfavored for us, not having that second Ice Rider really hurt them, not being able to evolve into it and being able to boss KO it. Oh boy. We do start Arceus, which is fine, usually. They have a Blastoise deck box. So Zamazenta card. Okay, so we're playing Mew. Mew is another one that's slightly unfavored. Because they can just go hard. So we kind of have to get things moving. We have two Metal Energies, Big Charm. Alright. We'll see what they end up setting up with. Getting rid of a Power Tablet early is nice. Definitely like to see that. They don't know that we're playing Duraludon, so once they start putting... they do have Max Miracle. That's one of the issues with Mew VMAX, is that they can go through our ability just like we can go through theirs. They're going to burn a switch. They can draw 2 cards now with Genesect instead of drawing 1. They get the Rose Tower. They are setting up. Yeah, sure. Might as well, right? Can't hurt. Can't hurt, right? To have the Battle VIP Pass, you might as well just give it to them. What's the difference, right? So they're gonna cram. They should hit heads. They might as well. Like, they already got the Battle VIP Pass. It would be wrong to not hit heads on cram. So, you know, whatever. There's the Fusion Strike energy. So yeah, we're looking good. We are looking real good. Yeah, keep drawing cards. Yeah, man. Killing it. Killing it. Ah, boy. And they're going to go into this other Mew. What do we get? We get a DTE. That's a big pickup. I kind of want to put this Big Charm on Arceus. I'm gonna Pokégear. I'm gonna research. I think because they could just draw up anyway. But I'm gonna Collapsed Stadium them. Force them to get rid of something. It's gonna be a Genesect, or it might be Meloetta. Oh, it's gonna be a Genesect. And we're just gonna. We have more metal energy. So if those were fighting, that would be a big problem. I don't love this. I don't love this. But we just have the Trinity charge. It would have been fantastic if we were able to go first and kind of like smack into an a Mew there, or really hit into Meloetta and kind of get that out of the way. But so don't love this. Now they probably have to release a Sparkle and not Boss. Yeah, it's the Sparkle, so we don't have to worry about Boss. They could Escape Rope. They already dumped one though, I think. No, they didn't. They just got a Switch. So this isn't good, but they still need a power tablet in order to KO this, because they're only doing 210. I guess they can do with Mew VMAX. They can hit and hit 240. Still need a power tablet though. Yeah, okay. Yeah, perfect. Get the energy. Yeah, man. Do it. Just you gotta. You hitting everything. It's so annoying. It truly is so annoying sometimes. So, yeah, Ultra Ball, get rid of more cards. They're already down to 20 cards left in deck. Oh my goodness. And now they can just go through Max Miracle and hit for 130. They're gonna Cross Fusion Strike and KO. Because why not? Why shouldn't they? Is the real question. What can we get here? We get a Boss. We don't really want to see Boss right now. No supporter. We get a Marnie. Alright. We're going to thin the hand a little bit. We don't really need the Switch. I don't want to see another Arceus. And we're going to quick ball it away to get another card. Something we kind of don't want to see. I actually don't want to see this other Duraludon V, I don't think. And I will just Marnie this all to the bottom. They're going to get Marnie 2, it does not matter. We get an Ultra Ball, thank God. This still isn't very good, though. Still is not very good. We can hit for quite a bit of damage. They can't go in with Meloetta at this point. They have the only thing they can do is hit with Max Miracle for 160. But I will win that race. At least on this one. I have to get something else going in the meantime. Having a single card in hand is not great. But they can power tablet. That's 3 power tablets that they're down now. So now they're heading for 190. And they're down 2 crams, so they go into the other Mew. Yeah. Draw that 1 card. I'm sure it's exactly what you needed. It's probably going to be a cram. You flip heads. You find, something. So we really need to, find our boss now or something. Which is why I didn't want to discard it earlier. They go back into this Mew. It's a lot of... They already retreated for the turn. I'm surprised they did that. I thought for sure they would leave this one. I guess they didn't have the energy. Otherwise they couldn't attack. That would be very funny. If they can't attack. And we will just take 3 more prizes. Well, 3 prizes, I guess. Mustard is nice. Switch Ultra Ball? Duraludon. Okay. Yeah, this isn't not a good hand. They get rid of the stadium. Okay. That helps. If we were to bench something, we can attach a DT. I mean, I can attach a DT anyway. But they still need to dump cards in order to attack even. So that kind of buys me a turn. I really need, like, Ultra Ball. If I get Ultra Ball, I can make Mustang happen, because then I can switch into a Pokemon I get with... Oh, God, yes, give me an Ultra Ball. No, we get an Arceus V-STAR. I don't want them to draw at all. So we'll just kind of force them down. And let's see, can we get something... A boss here would be really cool. We get a Big Charm. Not what we need, but... You know, there's always next turn. There's always next turn. They need the energy. They don't have enough Pokemon to draw anything unless they can really thin that hand down. Even putting this one Pokemon into play, that's still not a... They still can't draw. They have to thin even more. And they can't give me a Genesect because I just KO and win. So they're on a 2-turn clock here. Max Miracle hit for 160. It's enough to KO. All they need is an energy. So they have to find an energy. If they had it, they would have had to attach. Man, they are going for it. They miss it. Oh. And we get the Arceus V-STAR. Not what we want. So now they are on a 1-turn clock. They have to win this turn. They find an Ultra Ball. They'll be able to dig a little deeper. It's very scary. And there's only 12 cards left in the deck. When they pull something out, it's going to be 11. And they're going to be able to draw several cards. They can Psychic Leap for 70, but if that doesn't do enough, even 100, that doesn't do enough to KO. They need the energy. Do they get it? Yes, if they can Psychic Leap, Silene. Tails, heads. Okay. But can they draw? Because they can put a Fusion Strike energy on top of the deck with Silene. There's the Fusion. So do they have a way to draw? Oh, they can. They can draw one. They just... Oh, God. That's so lame. So lame. So there you go, Arceus Duraludon. It's good. It's just some... God, I have not stopped hating Mew for this exact reason, because they just flip heads and they win, and it's so annoying. I truly can't stand it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Found this all informative. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Let me know what you think of the deck. What's your... even if you're not going to Worlds, even if you were... What deck would you be playing and why? Tell me in the comments. That's going to do it for us today. Thanks so much, and I will see you next time.